Welcome back to Afternoon Express. It's so cool to be with you on this Thursday afternoon. Today we're making something so delicious in the kitchen. It is decadent, it is absolutely amazing, and it's going to be perfect for your Mother's Day cake if you guys are making it. It's not a cake, however. It's called a tort.
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 Close there.
Almost. Kind of got it. What's the difference between a tort and a tart?
Okay, so a tort is something that's derived from a cake without flour. So in Italy, especially it's torta caprese.
I see.
It just has almond meal or something that doesn't have flour in it.
Oh, amazing. So for those who are wheat intolerant, perfect.
Exactly.
Okay, so how do we get started with this dish, Chiara?
Okay, so the first thing that we have to do is we have to do the pears. So the pears poached in wine.
Ah, I see. So
Yes.
how do you poach pears? Because I've poached a few things on the show before, and I think we've actually poached pears. Is that just putting them in water?
Yes. So what you're going to do is you're going to start with this sugar, very important. It's the muscovado sugar. So it gives like a nice rich flavor to it.
Ah, yes.
And it's got like quite a gentle sweetness.
Nice caramelly flavor too.
Exactly. So we put this into the pot, and then we put in wine, cinnamon stick, lemon rind, and a little bit of water.
Okay.
So what you're going to do is the first 5 minutes, you're going to make sure that the water like disappears a bit, and that the sugar dissolves.
Okay.
Then you're going to peel your pears.
Cool. And you can just use a normal vegetable peeler to peel those?
Yes.
Okay, cool.
From the top to the bottom, because it's also about presentation. You want it to look beautiful for your mom.
Okay.
And then I use a pear corer inside.
What's that?
So it's like, you know the melon baller?
Oh, yes, it's little,
it's-
like, scoops.
Yes. So I
Okay.
just scoop it out so that it looks really pretty.
Oh, lovely. They actually do look amazing. So the idea, obviously, red wine. I've heard lots of people talk about it. When you're putting red wine in your food, it's not the leftover wine that you haven't drunk for the last 10 years. If you want a really good flavor with your pears, make sure you use a nice quality wine. The rest of it, you can drink. Cool. What's next?
Okay, so you let it simmer on a low heat for 30 minutes. You don't want your pears to be soft and mushy.
Yes.
You want them to still have a shape like this.
Okay. And a nice little tip maybe from my side would be to say buy slightly firmer pears than buy the sort of really soft, mushy
Yes,
ones. Otherwise it's going to
definitely.
dissolve. Okay.
So now we're going to start with our tort.
Yay!
Okay, so what we've done here is we've melted butter and we've put in good quality dark chocolate.
Okay.
So you're just going to mix that up and make sure that it comes, I mean, this is exactly like ganache.
Yeah, so it's the right kind of texture. So it's thin enough for you guys to use, and it's also thick enough that it's not going to just run everywhere when it does get poured over.
Exactly.
Okay.
So you can put the eggs into our mixer for us.
5 eggs with the yolks and the whites.
Yes.
There we go.
And you can just pass me the sugar, please.
The sugar. Are you using caster snow, I see?
Yes.
Okay, and obviously caster snow because it dissolves nice and easily, and it's like obviously every baking ingredient has something like caster snow in it.
Yes,
So.
definitely.
Cool.
Thank you. So we're just going to put this on, and we're just going to mix it on high.
Okay, and that's called just,
You're just creaming it.
Creaming.
Creaming so light and fluffy.
I'm really taking notes because I've cooked so many things in the show and I really sometimes have to really take notes about the things. So like creaming, poaching, torting, making a tort instead of a tart.
Okay,
Cool.
so you're going to let that go for about 5-10 minutes.
Okay.
And then what you're going to do is you're going to put it down a little bit so things don't fly everywhere.
Okay.
And you're going to pour in your ganache into here, okay?
Also, it's kind of just to incorporate all of that in there slowly but surely.
Yes.
Yummy.
Okay, so once you've done that...
And
just
this is
make
obviously
sure-
going to form the base of the tort. This is going to be the actual cakey stuff.
Yes, the good stuff.
Yeah.
The best thing
Yummy.
about this cake is that it's almost like a molten center with like almost like a crunchy top.
Oh, yummy. So it's like a massive brownie, basically.
Exactly.
Awesome.
Okay, now what you can do is you can put the nuts in.
Cool. And you're using which kind of nuts?
We're using pecans.
Can you use any nuts?
Yes, any nuts that you fancy. I like to toast them a bit before. It makes the flavor much better.
Nice.
And then you can put the cocoa in first.
Oh, cocoa and chocolate?
Of course, the more chocolate, the better. You want to give your mom something exciting, right?
Well, I thought the dark chocolate would have, like, it's almost 70% cocoa anyway. Why would you add more cocoa? What's
Do you know what the thing is? There's no flour in this, so we need something to bind it a little bit, and
to
that's what
thicken
the
it.
cocoa does, yes.
So it absorbs some of the moisture, it adds some more cocoa flavor to the thing, so it's really going to be death by chocolate.
100%.
Good. But the healthy kind of chocolate, because there's not as much milk chocolate in there.
Exactly.
So you're not going to kill your mom before
Yeah,
after
we don't
Mother's
want
Day.
that.
It's like, that would be a bad gift to give a mom for Mother's Day.
Exactly. Okay, that's perfectly incorporated.
Yummy. Cool. Can I clip this out for you?
Yes, thank you.
I just want this to drip everywhere. Probably will, but that's okay. We can make
Part
a
and
mess.
parcel.
Part
Yes.
and parcel of
Look, it
cooking
looks
delicious
beautiful.
food. So look at that there. You got your nuts that are in there. It's a perfect kind of texture. Just to show you what it should look like in terms of a texture. It's got that kind of like pory texture with it. So you can almost dip something in it and eat it with your fingers. Right?
Yes, it's that delicious.
So what we're going to do later on is just show everyone how to put that in the pan, get
Yes.
into the oven and make all that stuff start working for you. Amazing. So if you want to get this recipe and the shopping list, it's on our website, afternoonexpress.co.za. decadentchocolate.co.za. There you can download all of the recipes we make right here on Afternoon Express, and these are perfect, absolutely perfect for your Mother's Day gift, especially if you want to make your mom something so delicious that's handmade. It always goes a really long way. Well, welcome back to Afternoon Express. So Mother's Day is coming this weekend, and particularly on Sunday, and I remember very clearly that I'd always forget about Mother's Day, and so I thought, what can I do as a last-minute resort? And I always used to write down these little cards like, free hugs for you, Mom, and she'd be like, oh, that's so sweet, like, look how nice you wrote me a card. But it was actually because I forgot, and there was the only thing I could do in time. So now we found something else that we can do that's delicious, that you can also do with your very own hands, and it is absolutely tasty, and it's delivered by Chiara Turilli. So now her expertise is in making delicious treats, and today we're making something that I've never made before, a tort.
Yes.
Cool. So earlier on we kind of made the tort batter. I don't know what you call it.
Exactly. Perfect.
Cool. And now we're going to have to just show them how to put that into the pan and everything else, and then do the final touches.
Exactly.
Cool. So let's do it.
Okay, so here we've got our batter. You can see there that it's slightly thickened a little bit.
Nice. So have you let this sit for a bit?
Yes, you can do that, because obviously what happens is the batter cools down a bit.
And also I think then the cocoa will start to absorb a little bit more.
Exactly, yes.
Okay.
So we're just
But
going
before you do that, sorry, what have you done to this pan?
That's what I wanted to tell you. So
I
you
don't
can
think I
just
can see
use, you can just take some butter, put it around the pan, and instead of putting flour, you put cocoa.
I see. And that is also non-stick.
Exactly.
Taking notes, I like this. By the way, we had somebody, one of our really cool viewers, a beautiful viewer of ours, has invited her grandmother to watch the show. So, Ellen, if you're watching the show right now, I know you are, you're looking to create some amazing recipes, I can tell you to go to our website, afternoonexpress.co.za. There's so many beautiful recipes there, and I hope you're going to be making this cake at some point in your life and taking us a photo and obviously sending it to us on our social media sites. We'd love to hear from you. So thanks for that tweet that came through. Yummy. It almost looks like I just want to eat it like that. It's like a chocolate mousse with nuts in it. Yummy.
I'm not going to lie to you, I have taken this mixture and put it over ice cream.
Oh, really?
It's amazing.
That's why we like you. You test out your own recipes, which is
course.
awesome. Okay. I noticed that we're cooking, we did something interesting today, which was called poaching pears, right? Which
Yes.
we've done before, but you've poached it in red wine today.
Exactly.
What happens, like, for instance, if people particularly don't like pears and want to replace the fruit? Can they?
Of course they can.
Oh, okay.
You can use anything. You can use peaches. You can use grapes. You can use any fruit that you like.
Okay, so
I think
soft
that's the
fruits.
best thing about this recipe, is that you can make it your own. And the other thing is, if you don't want to use wine, you can use tea.
Poach it in tea.
Yes.
That we've done before. I've poached in tea before. That was also a new first thing for me. Okay, so what is there left to do with this dish besides eat it?
Well, now we're going to put the pears in. I like to keep them whole, because then when you're cutting it and you're serving it, you have these beautiful whole pears in the cooked tart.
I see.
And then what you do is you just make sure that everyone gets a piece, because that's my worst.
So is this what you've halved it, but you prefer to do it with whole pears?
No, I'm saying exactly like that.
Oh, I see. So
So
halved.
you don't cut them. Some recipes they like to cut them in smaller pieces.
Nah.
No.
Then you're almost like making what is that other Italian cake called that's also really thin? My auntie likes to make them too. It's a little round disc as well that they keep them nice and flat. Also got no flour or anything, and it's just made with honey and...
Torta di mille.
No, what are you saying to me? It's not torta di mille, no.
That's the honey cake. I thought that's what you're talking
Oh gosh,
about.
I'll think about it and we'll share that later on, because it reminds me, obviously got no chocolate in it, but it's also thin with little cut up pieces of fruit, which is yummy.
That sounds
Almonds.
amazing.
Anyway, we'll forget about it for now. Yummy. So obviously that when you've poached the pears, the alcohol of the red wine is obviously evaporated. You just got that
Yes.
really nice flavour. Can I ask you something really tough? Would you suggest a particular wine, like a Merlot or does it really not matter?
To be honest, I like Pinotage.
Okay.
Because it's got a very full flavour.
Okay.
But use, as I said, make it your own. Use what you want.
Okay.
So you can use a Merlot if you want to.
And you're cooking with fruit, and the Pinotage has got very fruity tones to it, so
Exactly.
that is a good choice.
So you can see
Yummy.
I'm just making a circular motion like that. And that juice that's flowing along there, amazing. Even
Do it.
better.
Want more, okay,
Yes.
as much as you can get.
Yes.
Yummy! This looks so delicious. And then what happens once these pears are in here? Do we have to decorate it, cook it? What do we still have to do?
No, what we're going to do, it's very simple. You put it inside an oven, 160,
Okay.
30 minutes. Good to go.
Very, very simple. So this
Yes.
is one of those great recipes that you can create for yourself, especially if you're one of those people who leaves Mother's Day to the last second. These dishes are absolutely amazing. It is decadent, it's delicious, and you can find the recipe on our website, afternoonexpress.co.za.
I've got an idea. I actually think we must make a little genie Portuguese-Italian sandwich.
I always like a bit of
Okay.
puree in my sandwich, not pork in my sandwich, so pour out of it.
Oh my God, amazing.
This looks ridiculously amazing.
Thank you.
It's a poached pear tort with chocolate and chocolate.
I love the fact that there's no flour in it.
Me
That
too.
is a huge win. Okay,
the
is this
biggest
how
thing.
you serve it?
Okay, so what we're going to do, finishing touches, of course. extra bit of chocolate, a little bit of cocoa.
Yummy.
So it's going to take
Chocolate
that.
all day.
Oh,
I
yes.
mean, what a great Thursday.
It's a decadent Thursday.
Yeah.
And I must
Okay.
say, I will comment slightly
And then
very
what?
soon on that slice that you've cut over there.
I know.
That's like a typical Italian slice of cake.
Exactly. I mean, there's no small pieces when it comes to this cake. As
Yeah.
you said, there's no
Sheesh.
flour, so you got to go slightly
I know.
bigger.
Jeannie always
Definitely.
disses me for saying I don't know how to take TV bites of food, so I'm glad that you're serving up an official, legit portion of this cake.
I had
Oh.
13 years of training, so don't worry, you're fine. You've got some time.
That looks
Okay, then what do we
amazing.
do with that?
Okay, so that's the final touch. This is mascarpone cream. So we've just whipped up cream, put some mascarpone in there.
Amazing.
Just to make it a little bit more
Oof, it's perfect for Mother's
lashes.
Day.
We're just going
Oh
to
my
put
goodness
that
gracious. Well, tomorrow is Mother's Day, and I have to say, Mommy and Nana
Tomorrow?
and Ava... Oh, isn't tomorrow Mother's
Tomorrow's
Day?
like Friday, isn't Mother's Day on Sunday?
Oh.
Awkward.
So I knew it. See you on Sunday. I
You
do
can
that all the
however
time.
catch Afternoon Express tomorrow, and make sure that you guys tune in early because we have the very special guest joining us in the loft. He's the man who I studied throughout my entire career in high school. John Carney is here live in our loft. It should be absolutely fascinating. And make sure, obviously, during the first 15 minutes of the show as well, we're chatting to him about his cameo in the new Marvel Captain America. It's called Civil War. It's an absolutely incredible film, so make sure you tune in for that later on.
Can't wait. We'll see you tomorrow because it's not Mother's Day. See you. Bye. Have a wonderful evening. Good night and happy eating. Mwah. Ciao.
Hi YouTubers, thank you so much for watching. Your support means the world to us. Join the Afternoon Express family by subscribing to our channel right here. And we'll keep you up to date with all our recipes and of course our fabulous episodes. Also, feel free to leave a comment and share this video. We do love it when you express yourself.